Hi Pisces, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly report for the month of November. We've been dealing with such a difficult year of reconstruction and death and rebirth on a global level. And for you, that's occurred in your house of friends and groups and how you network. And you probably have had issues with friends in some level, whether you're rethinking your friendships or if they're going through a difficult time. Also how you network. If you have your own business, this is a really important time for you to figure out your most effective strategies for networking with social media, because we're about to enter the age of Aquarius and we're definitely headed to a much more virtual world in terms of every industry. And also, if you have your own business, the same thing. If you're looking for a job, the same thing, how you can network and connect with others. And Saturn and Jupiter are going to be in Capricorn only a little while longer. Saturn exits on December 17th and Jupiter exits on December 20th. So we only have a little while to work with. Even though it's been very tough, Saturn does reward hard work. The more we commit to what's working and work hard with that, and the more we release and purge with Pluto what's not, we will be rewarded with this, So on the 1st of November, we start the month with Mercury Retrograde, and it's retrograde in Libra in your house of joint resources and debt and taxes and healing and wounds. And you're rethinking your finances, your investments, your debt, and also how you can heal and transform yourself in such a painful time, And Mercury squares Saturn in the sky, and that's not a very fun aspect, but it is a reality check. And we also can expect delays in the beginning of the month because Mercury is retrograde in the beginning, and it's also squaring Saturn. On the 3rd of November, Mercury stations direct at 25 degrees and 54 minutes of Libra, and that's helpful because at least we're getting a little bit of movement. And then on the 6th of November, Mercury squares Saturn a second time. Again, that reality check, but we need to know what we can ground and work with. On the 9th of November, Venus is in Libra, and it forms an opposition to Mars in Aries. Mars has been transiting in your second house of income and how you earn money and value since June 27th, and it retrograded on September 9th at 28 degrees of Aries. And that's been tough because that's a personal planet that gives us our courage and drive to get things done. And Venus opposite Mars can be very creative energy, but it also can be a bit fiery with Mars in Aries. But use that creativity, And later on the 9th or early on the 10th, depending on what time zone you're in, the sun in Scorpio in your house of manifesting and hope and higher learning makes a beautiful trine to Neptune in your sign. And that's a very manifesting energy, so really work with that. And Mercury also re-enters Scorpio day and enters your house of manifesting and higher learning, and will be there until till December 1st. So that's good energy for you for learning and teaching and promoting yourself. And on the 12th of November, we have a really magical combination. Jupiter, which is the luckiest planet, meets up with Pluto at 22 degrees of Capricorn. And that is a very manifesting energy. It's a very transformative one. It's excellent for financial partnering and business partnering and just for healing the wounds. Really, Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth, but it's also the planet of empowerment and transformation, helping us to empower ourselves again. And it also sets off the Saturn-Pluto conjunction directly that occurred on January 12th. So getting more of that story of how we can heal this story and how we can work with what we've been dealing with all year. And on the 13th of November, we have another good thing to look forward to. Mars officially stations direct at 15 degrees and 14 minutes of Aries. Again, it's in your house of income and what you value, and it will be there until January 6th. So this is a good time for you for figuring out how you can take action to earn new income and create what you value. And on the 15th of November, we have a new moon at 23 degrees of Scorpio, and that falls in your house of hope and manifesting. The new moon is always a good time to set intentions and initiate new things, but that is a tricky new moon because on that date, Venus squares Pluto in the sky, and that will bring endings and breakups and a lot of power struggles, and then it squares Jupiter later on, and so that might be a little tough, but still it is a new moon. So, say affirmations, think of what you want to initiate. And then on the 17th of November, Mercury in Scorpio forms an opposition to Uranus in Taurus. And that is, also, again, thinking about what's working and what's not working. And, it's kind of like, in a sense, because it'll bring out information we need to know unexpectedly. It can be very innovative energy, but it also can be giving us, some surprises. And then on the 19th of November, Venus that's transiting in Libra squares Saturn in the sky. And that's kind of, that's not an easy aspect, but again, a reality check for all of us. On the 20th of November, Mercury clears its shadow, and that's good news because that helps us to move ahead in a more effective way. Now we have Mercury direct and Mars direct, and Mercury has cleared its shadow. On the 21st of November, the Sun enters the sign of Sagittarius, and that is your house of career. And it'll be there until December 21st, and it shines wherever it's transiting. So that's positive for professional opportunities and feeling good about taking action and getting things done. And then on that date, Venus also changes signs and enters the sign of Scorpio in your house of manifesting and publicity and promotion, and it'll be there until December 15th. And then on the 27th of November, Venus in Scorpio forms an opposition to Uranus and Taurus. And that could be unexpected situations with relationships, and it can be meeting somebody unexpectedly, but probably some breakups or unexpected events. On the 28th of November, Neptune stations direct in your sign, in your house of self, and we feel that energy 5 days before and 5 days after. And Neptune could fog our vision, so we could feel very foggy during that time. Even though it is stationing direct, it can reveal hidden information. It can be very emotional. It's in your sign, and you are a very sensitive sign to begin with. And it's 2 days before a lunar eclipse that takes place at 8 degrees and 38 minutes of Gemini. And that's only a degree off from the world axis, because anything at 7 degrees of the mutable signs is at the world axis. And that's Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. And for you, this full moon eclipse is falling in your house of home and family and your emotional foundation. So it could be completion of projects. There could be things, there could be family matters you're dealing with. It definitely can be a bit emotional because full moon eclipses are, and Neptune is just stationed direct, which is very emotional, and it's squaring the nodes of fate. So it's a wrap up to a month that's going to be intense, but we're also just about to get to the age of Aquarius, which is going to be a whole other tone for all of us. So I wish you a lot of luck. Let's get through this month. We're almost at the end of the age of Capricorn and towards the age of Aquarius. Thank you very much.